Yeah, well, let me pause it so I'm not like, you know. Okay, so let's. You need to open up some relics, you said?
Yes, Neo relics. I need to open 2 more so I can do
Hmm.
the Ares Junction.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let me, great. I seriously need a. Wow. I need Narmon lenses, but there's one problem.
What?
Don't have it. That's the thing, I don't know how to equip Narmon. Let's go to my operator. How do I... Oh, wait. Does that... I can make it primary instead of the... I can make that primary.
To make what primary?
My, Narmon.
Ah,
Yeah, cool, huh?
sure.
And then I can, once I get 25,000 to unlock Shadow Step. So basically my primary now is Naruman. Pretty cool. I am
Hmm.
gonna come out of my Warframe. Wee, wee. It's kind of bad, it's kind of sad that you can't like use your powers on the ship, you know? That's how stupid I think it is. Wait, I want to see something. My hairstyle. Hey, look at that. Huh, it looks nice. Crap, I have to purchase it? That's dumb. Some of the hairstyles, it's like I have to purchase, which is really dumb. You
Hmm.
know? No, like, I have to, like, that is, oh, that's so cool. You should look on my YouTube, uh, what my character, my, operator eyes look like. It's so weird.
Um, you know what? I guess I will. That way, I keep track of the live chat in case somebody wants to say stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I seem to be better at keeping track of the live chat than you.
Hey,
What?
I think my operator,
My Warframe.
My Warframe, we know the mission.
Transference signal. Transference signal strong. All right,
Come on, YouTube.
let's
Why
get
aren't
to
you
work.
loading? There you are. There it is.
my eyes.
Why are they shining silvery like that?
Oh, it's probably because of, it's like all black. That's a thing. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Red with. Jeez. I don't know. Might as well just go all out. Nice. That's perfect. That looks nice. How do you like that?
What?
How do you like that? Those eyes.
It's your character. Why ask me?
That looks nice. Okay, hold on. Accessories. Why do I? No. Probably. Oh wow, I could choose no hood.
What?
I could choose no hood.
Yeah, I have mine set with no hood. I also don't have the bodysuit either.
Well, I think the bodysuit really works for me.
Well, it is your character.
Yeah. The leggings. I got my leggings on.
What?
What? Waistband? So weird. Why would there be a waistband? Like, I'm just saying. Like, why?
Mm.
My color should be like all white or red. Nah. What, the lining? Wait, no. What am I doing? Oh wow, the lining color. That looks, it's pretty lit. Yeah, that's nice. Suits energy. Should I go white or like red? Oh yeah. Stalker. That's nice. Perfect. Wow, what the heck is, like, you see the back of my head now? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what is up with that? Oh yeah, also when I go into the dark, look at my eyes. My eyes look awesome in the dark.
Your character looks possessed.
Really? Eh.
Mm-hmm.
Whee. Okay, so you needed to do something. I'm sorry. I got so carried away. My bad.
Yes, I need to open 2 Neo relics.
On what? Like,
Anywhere.
on any?
Yes, I just
Anywhere.
need to open 2 more. Preferably if you have a Neo relic with a
You cut out what?
Preferably if you have a relic with a Banshee Prime part, either N7 or B2.
N7 or B2? Hmm.
Yeah, I
N7
don't
or
have
B2.
either, so.
I see. Neza baby, let's go.
What?
What? I'm using Neza.
Oh, I didn't hear you what you said.
Yeah. I was like, Neza baby, let's go. Oh wow. It's shock absorbing. Sure-footed. Oh. That's my blind rage. Wow, my efficiency is sucking. Well, it seems like my efficiency would suck really badly if I did blind rage. So I'm just gonna do that. And I'm not gonna should I equip the pistol just for the heck of it? Even though
If
it's maxed?
you want to.
We're gonna do an easy mission, I'm assuming. Right?
Sure.
Like, yeah, maybe, no. Please return, covered in blood. Safe and sound. Love him. So, Neo, huh?
Yes.
There's a rescue one. Oh, man. Let's go rescue, I guess. I can...
Okay.
Oh, but, let me, do something first. While like, why isn't... I want to make sure I have, what I need. Wait, what? Oh. Nope. So basically I need nano spores. Not spars. Like, no, that's what I need apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I need. Jeez. You okay there?
Yeah, it was just a hiccup. That was a sneeze.
What's next? Whee. Okay, so let's do Neo one, I guess. Rescue?
Yes. I need a Neo. I don't care which Neo relic or Neo fissure, just do a Neo.
Ooh, there's a Banshee Prime that I have. Or
Okay, use that one. I need, if you have a Neo relic with a Banshee Prime part, use it, please.
okay, I got 2.
Yes, please use them. I need them so
Yes,
badly.
I know.
I need Banshee.
Okay, well let me look at my freaking like relics. It's not like can't always. Wow, I only have 9 refinement, so
Oh.
yeah, there's no way I'm gonna go that radiant. So sorry.
Me?
What? I could give you the relics probably.
Sure. I
Because
don't
there's
know
also
how much I
Tiger's
have.
Prime Blueprint here, so I really want that.
Okay, then use that.
But it's all the way down. Oh, Rhino Prime System. Okay, this is Neptune? Oh man. So get the guy, get in, and get out.
You said you need parts for Tigress Prime?
Well, no, Tigress Blueprint.
Oh. Okay.
Or,
Well, I'm gonna.
or Rhino. But
Okay.
whatever. It is what it is. You can't get it, we can't get it. Whatever.
Hey, we got 3 people.
Yay.
And if we're lucky, a 4th one will show up.
Poco Nut? What?
Hey, we got 5. 4.
We got
We got 4. I was gonna say
Deadly
5.
Shawarma. Shawarma.
Deadly shawarma.
Shawarma.
Shawarma. Something like that.
Whee! Oh. Or that.
Oh god. I'm doing a vault thing. Oh, fucking hell.
Whee!
Dude, people kill.
Oh wait, oh that's right. We need. Totally forgot.
Wow. And we're locked out already. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Stop looking at me like I did something.
I'm. Jesus Christ. Where the hell did they all come from?
Don't look at me. Not like. Oh my gosh, what is going on?
What the hell is all of this?
No, somebody decides to like break a window like an
It
idiot.
wasn't me. Ah, frack, I blew myself up.
Oh great, lovely. Well, basically, okay, well, I'm close to having my reactant. And somebody,
Yeah, if Volt could stop speeding us up. Oh,
okay,
my
okay,
reactor's
Volt,
open already.
you know what? Don't speed us up, ever.
What?
No, I'm just telling Volt not to speed us up unless he wants to get hurt. You know what? Screw this. Where's the flower when I need it?
Who needs help opening the door? Who did what door? Where? Where the? Oh, this way. Damn it! No, not that way. Where do all these people, these enemies come from? Oh my god!
Don't ask me. I don't know this crap.
Why?
I'm so out.
This is like...
Crap,
No,
I'm
run
dead.
away, run away! Where are you?
Oh
Where is
wow, look at this. Hold to respawn. Basically,
Damn it.
while you're down, you could like hold X to respawn faster. Like, you know, without waiting to die if no one is coming. Are you seeing that?
Oh yeah, I saw that is actually, that's new.
Yeah, pretty helpful.
Okay. Where
Ah,
come on.
this is why I don't do these missions. 'Cause they suck.
Override complete. Run.
This is... Where are you guys?
We're all the way up front.
How? How'd you get there?
We're waiting for my
Oh, wait.
friend.
Nope, 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 nope. I'm not dealing with any of you. Nope. No.
You know what?
How the hell do I get to where you guys are?
I'm
I
coming.
can't.
Literally. Look. You
What?
gotta go downstairs. My. Don't. I'm right here.
Oh.
Come on. You gotta go downstairs.
Where is the downstairs?
Right here. Here, jump, and right here. It's not
Oh.
that difficult. Well,
It is for me. I couldn't see it. Oh, fucking hell.
ooh, whoa, wee,
Oh my god. Ah! Damn it.
wee, wee. Oh
Ah!
my goodness.
I hate balls.
Let's go.
Ah!
Somebody like,
Oh god, okay. Ah!
great. Well, we're
Damn it.
done.
Here are the holding cells. Search each one for the hostage.
Can- Oh wow, that was easy. That was dumb easy.
You need to get them
Help.
to command before
I think they need help.
What?
Never mind. No,
No, you don't.
you don't need no dang weapon, okay? This is like a matter of life and death, okay? Like,
Are we?
so...
Could you two of you get your asses over here so we can get to the elevator? Please tell
Wait,
me we're
we
all
just-
on. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, but the hostage isn't.
God damn it, the hostage, the fucking hostage. God damn stupid ass hostages. Why are hostages so dumb?
Why not?
Because their stupidity makes our lives difficult. It does!
Misery. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way.
When are you never not going the wrong way?
And I'm not Neza.
No, you're always going the wrong way. Okay,
No,
where's
I'm
the
not.
hostage?
The
Hey,
hostage
we
is
got the
with us.
hostage.
Tiger's prime receiver, I will... Ah,
I'll take this.
yeah. Sibir's prime receiver, wow. Yeah, that's a new weapon, so... Mom? I did the bathrooms. Yep. Great. Now I need to clean my room.
Okay, one more Neo relic, please.
Yeah, I know, but there's... I gotta go and clean my room.
Thought you cleaned your room already.
I cleaned the bathrooms, not the room.
Is your room that dirty?
Just... I'll be back.
Eh.
Oh wait. Wow, that was horrible. Couldn't even hear you. So I got a face vector, which is not phasing me.
What?
I got a face specter, which is not phasing me.
Okay.
Wow, I guess you didn't get the pun. Oh well.
No, I got the pun. You're just not as funny as I am.
Hmm. Okay, so now I have Banshee Prime Neuroptics,
Yay!
but the problem is I don't have any Void Tracers, which is a problem. I really need them.
Wait, let me see if I have void traces. I may.
No, how is that gonna help me? It's not.
No, but you could trade the relic to me. Yeah, I've got 100 void. I could fully upgrade the void relic if you want to
Hmm?
trade.
I just had to pick up the stuff off the floor and hang it. Yeah, I did my bed.
So you
Hold on,
want to
wait.
trade?
Wait, what did you say?
I have enough void traces to fully upgrade a relic. Do you want to trade relics?
Okay, fine. I'll trade you the Neo N7, which is a Banshee. So, um,
Okay.
um,
Meet me in the dojo. I'm going to the dojo.
yeah, me too.
Wait. No, you drag me along.
Well, it's gonna be such a drag. Sorry, but it's such a
Quit,
drag, isn't it?
quit dragging me down with you, would you?
Wow, no, never. Not cool.
Alright. Do you know which relics you need?
And Mesa M1.
I do not have that one.
Wow. Okay, well, whatever. And then, hold on, I'm trying to. Where is it? I know I had it. Oh, Banshee, Prime Neuroptics, Blueprint, Upper. Where is it? Oh, wait.
You say you're trying to make pieces for Tiger's Prime, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Which parts do you need for it?
Just the blueprint.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Sucks. Okay, and here's the other one. If you have platinum, that'll be fun. You know how much these go for? These two?
I don't know.
50.
I've got a relic that's got Rhino Prime Neuroptics in it.
I already have that. Wait. Do I? No, I don't have neuroptics.
I can give you 2 of those.
Okay.
Or 3, if
Oh,
you want
lift
3.
B1? Yeah, no, I have them already.
Well,
I
here,
need
take
mess.
2 more. Or do you
Okay.
want 3 more?
Nah, that's good. So yeah, that's cool how they upgraded it, where basically
Hmm.
instead of waiting to die, you could just respawn. If it's an urgent mission, you know? But sometimes it's not so urgent.
Hmm.
Okay, so we need what, one more?
Yes.
Great.
Let me upgrade that relic first, though, please.
Yeah, all the way to Radiant.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna go. Oh.
Oh wow, there's a Meso Capture one, which is much easier. Oh wait, no, you need Neo. What am I talking about? We got 17 minutes.
Okay.
You good? Oh wait, we need you in the squaw again.
In the squaw.
In the squaw.
In the
My
squat.
squat. Squat.
What?
The squat. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so now I got Tiger's prime receiver Trinity. Okay, did you
Oh.
put it up to all radiant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's hope we get it.
Please let me get it.
Yeah, I hope so. I'll keep my fingers crossed. I hope we get it. 'Cause that'll be awesome.
Yes. Yeah, they got a third person. They were lucky and they'll get a relic that you need.
Yeah.
Or I need. Hey, we got 4 people. Mr. 700 ping.
Wow, that was horrible. That works too. Whoa. Are we confident enough to withstand their...
Eh, stop shooting at me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, crap and a half.
Don't even... Where are the reactants? Like, for real. I didn't even... I don't have any reactants.
I have 2. Where are you? Come over here. You see them?
Yeah, finally. Wow. Now I got 4. Ooh, flower. Ooh, reactant. Ooh, flower and reactant.
Ooh, look, chicken. Sorry, that's an inside joke.
Yes, I
Everybody
know.
knows it. You know, because I've told you. But I forgot we're live streaming, so to anybody who would be watching, they would have no clue what the hell I'm talking about and think I'm
Oh my
playing
gosh.
Easter egg.
Whoa, okay, not cool.
Why am I frozen?
Because
Open my
somebody...
relic at least. Why?
Why are we getting sucked out? Why are we getting sucked dry?
I thought your legs getting sucked dry.
Way to
What?
put it.
I had to. The choice was there. I just had to. Oh fuck! I don't want to deal with the bursa.
We are...
Fuck!
I got nothing. We're so screwed.
I'm just making him mad desperately.
Well, my Taxion will be dead. Okay, we... Versa will cover us. Let's go.
I ain't dealing with the bursa. You can have
No,
fun with that. POS.
I already dealt
Oh
with him.
shit! Oh my god, this is terrible.
Screw this. I'm so out. Our teammate needs help. Oh my gosh, who just flashed?
Oh, it's probably you. It better not be a damn stalker. This is not the time for a stalker.
Stalker, okay, everyone to him, everyone to him. Screw
To who?
dragon.
To who?
No, everyone stay together. Because the stalker is right there. Here.
Oh
There he is.
shit, it is a stalker? Oh god.
Ah, this is... Jeez. This does not work.
Whose stalker is this?
Some guy that we don't know anything about. You know?
Shit. Help. Help me.
Yes, I know. But there's...
Help me.
You know what? I'm gonna put some...
Wait, what happens if you're the one that kills the stalker? Do you then get a stalker?
Well... Mm, well, great.
Another
Now...
stalker?
No, no. Apparently he, Yeah, because he killed him. Great. There's no way I'm gonna be able to. Somebody, please, like, actually do something with.
I can't do shit, and I'm not going down there because I cannot help you because
Don't
I
worry
can.
about helping me,
Damn it.
cause
No.
the
Help. Oh wait.
we got the hostage. Let's get the heck out of here.
Oh yeah. You don't have to tell me twice. No, we're not giving you a weapon hostage. You don't deserve one.
You don't deserve anything. Ooh, is that nanospore? I'll take that. Oh my gosh, there's
I'm making a mad dash for the exit. I don't know what you people are doing. Oh hey, it's right here.
trying not to die. That's
Boom.
what we're doing. Yes, you got it. You got it.
Yes.
Good job. Wow, everyone is like, screw Banshee, I got this.
Hell no.
You're
I want
welcome.
Banshee.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Anytime. Ah, I'm so happy you got Banshee. Hey, it. Guess what? We were never phased. Huh?
We were never what now?
Phase Spectre Blueprint? Phase?
Oh, oh.
Oh, wow, the hostage is still there. Like, just, you saw that?
Yeah.
Sucker's just like, you know what? Leave me here. I'm dead. Anyway, that was, wow. I'm so glad I got that. Mm. Oh, we finally got it. Oh my gosh.
Now I
Now,
have to do the area extension.
yeah, go, yeah, and I'm building Banshee Prime. Uh,
What do you mean you're building Banshee Prime?
I'm building Banshee.
You found all the pieces?
Nope, Banshee Prime Neuroptics. Now, I just need the casing. Casing.
I found the blueprint and the neuroptics. I need the system
Ah,
and the chassis.
great. Which,
What?
yeah, I need the Cassie and the system.
Crap, I can't remember which of Excalibur's,
Excalibur, blind, but usually it doesn't. Tigress, 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 and more Tigress. Ooh, Rhino. So, like, oh man.
damn it! I fucked up.
Oh yeah, so there is a blueprint, uh, Prime Banshee Prime Systems, which is actually B1, which is Radiant. Great, great. Banshee Prime Neuroptics, which I already have. Need that again.
Damn it! I died again.
How about you use Excalibur's sword?
I tried that.
Doesn't work, huh?
No,
Sad.
no it didn't.
Sad face.
Shut up.
Hmm.
Two, one. There we go.
Told you.
Shush.
Hmm. Hmm. What? My dog is scratching its butt. I didn't
How?
even know how that even works.
Yay, now I'm unlocked
My
all the
depression is
dungeons.
scratching its butt, and now I'm scratching its back. Why?
Why?
What kind of question is
Because.
that? What
What?
kind of question is that? Do
What?
you wanna help me with the stalker? This is dumb. Okay, fine, I'll help.
Yay! And
Damn.
then I know you hate arc wings, but would you be willing to do an arc wing quest or two with me?
Huh. That's mm,
God damn it,
mm.
Ortis.
He's not shutting up on it.
No, he keeps
Uh,
making terrible puns.
well, that's the orders for you.
No.
What? I'm gonna use Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt?
Yeah, Thunderbolt on my
Oh,
Serenus
Thunderbolt.
whatever. Why are we doing this again?
Because
What?
I want to do Octavia's Anthem
Uh,
or Limbo.
Limbo?
Yeah, but Limbo is an Arcwing quest.
Mm,
Octavia's Anthem is there's sentinels that I need to kill.
great Sentinels.
Do you want to help with sentinels or do you want to do Arcwing?
Uh, what's the Arcwing?
The Limbo Theorem?
Okay, what is it? Like
It's
exterminate?
no, it's that one where you gotta capture the points and then hold them.
Huh. Oh, oh,
Interception, is it?
interception. Lovely.
Yeah.
I've never like gotten anything for my Arcwing. Like I have not even upgraded it or anything, you know?
Why?
Because I don't have any mods for it, period.
You don't have any Arcwing mods?
Nope, I do not.
How have you not picked up any Arcwing mods? I've got a good. I've got a couple.
Cause I'm boring.
Oh,
Jeez, I wish I had a Gatling gun. Whatever that is. Whatever this is. Whatever that is. Wow, two of them? Jeez, that looks awesome. Okay then. Snuff. It's an interception. You know what? Nah. Let's do Octavia.
yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna kill these stalkers, cause
Sentinels.
oh yeah, sentinels. Wow, what am I saying? Okay, Ash, I'm so relying on you, which is a bad thing.
Hold on, I'm equipping all my best weapons for this one.
Yeah.
Sure, my Dex Chakra, my Paris Prime, and my Sphero.
Okay.
And Ember, because she's just my favorite.
Okay. Hold on.
What do you mean it's a single player that must be completed alone?
Ha.
No!
Uh. Uh.
No, no, no,
Uh.
no, 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 no. I'm not
Uh.
doing that. Screw that.
Mm, told you. Hey, I did it.
I'm not. I'm not. I don't wanna. Yeah, no, I'll do that quest another day. I've got a bunch of other quests I need to do. Um,
I
you wanna
could.
do Limbo?
Oh no, I hate Limbo. What about Patient Zero so we could get Mesa?
I haven't started that one yet, have you?
I have not, but I want to.
Okay, let's do that one together then.
Okay, I'm gonna activate the quest. Alan has
Mhm.
launched a full-scale invasion into all sections of the. We need to take this fight to the source and stop him.
What are you looking?
Okay, so basically. Oh wow, We need to go to Ares. Find out what the corpus know about Alad V. Wow, I'm surprised. Like Ares. Okay, I'm using Neza. So, Neza. Nebuchadnezzar?
Okay. I'm using Ember per usual.
Of course. You should try to use
Try your
Banshee sometimes. You gotta switch it
I'll
up.
use Banshee when I get Banshee Prime.
Wow. So, oh, wait, that's a spy? Hold on. Abort. This is not good. Abort.
Why?
Abort. Cuz I need ciphers. And I need limbo.
And I need to get rid of my dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow, look, I could get a relic. Now, which one? V2. Nessa V2. Wait, doesn't that mean... Hold on. I need to, like, make ciphers. And I think you do too. Right?
Yeah, I need to make ciphers and I need to unequip my dog.
And I need limbo. Limbo, you are the man. With a plan.
I'll put my taxi on instead.
Hmm.
And I will focus.
Necros, Loki, Squad Energy, Nanospores, Clam.
Clam!
We are not clamming. We're not going clam chowder. We're not doing no clam chowders anymore. Those are not fun.
Oh god. When I was in Rhode Island, it was
Oh, what
nothing
the?
but seafood. I hate seafood.
I don't know what the heck that's... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Seafood. Deploy extractor, titanium. De deploy my extractor again. And deploy it again, just for the heck of it. No. Mercury? Nope. Mars? Yes. Deploy my extractor. And deploy my oh wow. Not. Okay, I need about probably 3, no, 4 chippers. Okay? So bear with me, okay?
That's okay. I need to craft a bunch too. So.
Okay, so craft them. Oh yeah, how did you like Dynasty Warriors?
What?
How did you like Dynasty Warriors? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? Wow.
No, you can put the TV on. Hmm?
Tell her I said hi.
Alex says hi.
Huh. Quick draw. Wow, I have so much money. I can like a machete. That's so cool. I have so much. Oh, my chipper is done. Let's have a look. Well, oh wow, Ember Phoenix helmet. Totally forgot. Like next mission that we do, right? I'm probably gonna use Ember because my Ember looks
Never,
awesome.
never, man's destruction.
I know. What I need to do is like I need to like. Oh yeah, but guess what? My Ember does what do you call it? My Ember can, how should I say it? My Ember can fly.
You can what now?
You could fly.
How can your ever fly?
How?
Oh, the animation. Okay.
Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, you should see that. That looks so cool. With awesomeness. Awesomeness. Oh, what? How? What? I didn't do anything. I just went up to my dog and just petted it. No, like out of nowhere. I pet my dog out of nowhere. It's like, what just happened? I'm rolling, I'm rolling, I'm rolling, I'm rolling, I'm rolling. Wee, wee. Oh yeah, anyone watching?
Two people, so me and somebody else. I don't
Hmm,
know
I don't know. Wonder. Hmm, yeah. I wonder who. Hmm.
How many ciphers do you think we should each have? I've got 4 so far.
I am about to have another. I need about 5. Just in case, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah. I need about 5 just in case I'll have trouble with a couple of, you know. But I doubt it, you know. I
I guess.
I doubt I'll have any trouble. Knowing me, trouble.
Knowing me, you're gonna get your knowing. Knowing. Never mind. I give up.
Knowing me, knowing me what?
I completely forget what I was gonna
Knowing
say
me,
now.
I will probably do the mission by myself, like all of it.
Mm,
Right?
mm.
Eh,
There, I've got 5 ciphers. That should be good.
yeah, I'm about to craft my 5th one and then. I'm drinking that monster.
What?
Nah, drinking monster.
You drink? Wait, you mean like the drink?
Yep.
How are you drinking that at 8 at night? You're gonna be up till 2 in the morning.
Nope.
Yes?
Nope. Hmm.
This is coming from the person who's regularly up past midnight.
Uh. Okay, let's go. Equipment.
Please.
Limbo, let's go, boy. Yeah, buddy. Swagger of a cripple.
What?
Nothing. Huh, we both did it same
I
time.
didn't click on anything.
Okay, so I just need to go into the rift and go through the whole mission or level.
Alright, good. Wait, don't you have to come out of the rift though to
Yeah, I know,
do?
but very, very. Oh, what? Oh, it's the infected. Lovely. Oh, I'm gonna keep them away from me if you can. Oh, ha! I love it how stupid they are.
I'm gonna head towards B.
Uh, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it looks like it gets too difficult, we'll stop.
Okay.
You know, I have managed to successfully do spy missions.
I know.
That's not the best stat.
I know. Crap. What the heck is...
I didn't do it. I did not do it.
I know. Okay, first one off. They won't even know it's gone. I'm so screwed. Oh, nanospore. Can we just still... Can we just kill all of these so I could get my Neuromon points? You know?
What? I didn't.
Ah,
Fuck. What the fuck happened there?
crap. Great.
It's alright, I'm getting it.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, good. Ooh, look, boxes. Never been
I
so
nearly
happy.
fuck everything up and you're concerned about boxes. Okay.
How about
I
we just...
just realized Limbo runs really freaking weird. Have you
Ah, hold
watched your
on, my
character
mom
run?
is yelling. Do not revive me,
Why?
cause I need my taxi on.
I didn't. I stopped reviving you.
I
Oh,
know.
wait, you revived yourself. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry. Eh,
What?
you took the elevator without me.
Yeah.
Who that?
Well,
Only see his numbers in the distance.
oh, nanospores. I'll take those. Crap, I have no energy. Yeah,
Oh wait, they disappeared.
yeah,
They
because I
used.
used basically the control panel is right there for. Do you have it? Okay. Ah,
Shit.
nope.
Heh.
They're so easy to beat. This is how you would get your Neuromon points easily. Ooh, flower. Let's get the flower and kill things.
Hmm.
I need to like kill things with my melee apparently. Wow, did you just freeze?
No.
That was awesome.
Maybe
Ooh,
I did.
I think you did because you took a barrel.
Whee!
I'm not even done with my flower.
Whee! Fine. Finish with the fucking flower.
I will. Come on, everyone. Wow, only 220. That's lame. Let's go.
I only earned 4. I only earned 54. Quit bitching. Hurry up.
They spotted me. Oh my, no.
Speed trigger. I already had speed trigger.
Mm, mm, mm. Damage taken. Hmm.
I just realized I don't have shit to do tomorrow.
Me too.
Or at least with leaving the house. I tried to put
Sabotage
stuff
allied
up on
infest
eBay, but
ship at. Mission is a hive? Wait. It's a hive, right? So doesn't that mean
forgive.
probably gonna need.
Yeah, it says hive. What the hell does that mean?
Uh,
Nice burp.
nice. I know. Thank
Tasted
you.
better than the nasty ass fart you let out last night. I don't know what you ate.
Milkshake.
Oh god, you should stay away from milkshakes then.
Uh,
Should not be allowed near anything dairy.
shut up.
Nope.
Oh wow, destroy the hives. Okay. Oh, so it's just like sabotage. Whatever.
Eh, fucking hell, where am I? There I am. Nope. There we go. Okay.
I need to
Whatever.
kill as many things as I can. Oh, look.
Ah!
Level for half hour. Imagine. That'd be awesome. Where are we going?
Towards the hive.
There's. Can we like not kill the hive? You know why?
Why?
Cause then like. Cause then like we can get more. Fine, whatever.
Our mission is to kill the hive. I'm gonna go in the opposite direction.
What the? Whoa. Okay. Okay, I'm not doing any damage to it whatsoever.
You probably have to melee it.
Nope, no damage whatsoever. Hmm.
What?
There's gotta be another way. What are they? Oh. You saw those bubbles, right?
What bubbles?
Bubbles. Like on the walls and everything.
No.
These, it's yellow one. Yellow bubbles on the walls.
No, I don't see them. But
You gotta,
oh wait. Oh, I think I do.
yeah, you basically, I think those are the shields. Maybe. I think. Ooh, flower. I'm gonna go get the flower. While killing everything else in the way.
No, I got it. Oh,
So,
there's little yellow things that are surrounding it.
yeah,
But
I know.
oh, yeah. I see what you mean now. Yeah. Yeah, you attack them and then they end up blowing up somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somehow.
Unless you missed one.
Still doing nothing to it. Why? I'm still doing nothing. Where? Why am I not doing anything? I got no idea where.
Whoop. Shit. I just launched myself off the map.
Nice job.
It's not like I did it intentionally.
I know. I was just complimenting you. Crap. Oh wow, look at this guy. He's dead. Oh wow, I totally forgot that my arrows blow up.
How do you forget something like that?
I just do. My bad.
Okay, by the way,
Hive remaining is... I'm doing no damage to this thing.
some of
Why?
them may be hidden.
Yeah, I thought I saw some, but I guess not. As you could tell, Alan V is getting, uh,
He looks weird.
yeah, he's really, you know why? He's infected.
Yeah, he's mutating into one of them.
Yep,
What else would happen when you start experimenting with them? And I'm coming over to help you, so
yeah.
I killed mine.
Tumor's destroyed.
Good. Go after the thing now.
I know. I need one more. I can't seem to find it. Oh, I see it. Boom.
Do you?
Yeah, kill that thing. Let me kill it.
Hey, well, get your butt over here then.
What the heck is shooting at me? Stupid.
Sorry.
Whatever. Let's go.
There's another one.
Wow. He just exploded. Whoa.
I keep glitching where my character stops running. I don't know why. Okay, what is the shiny thing? Why do we
Ha! Destroyed one of them. Oh, I see one. Wow, I just frickin' bashed myself. Hmm.
Jeez, these things are really hidden.
Yeah. Hmm. There's one. It's 4. Take the dang. Let me.
Fine then.
Ah, that's it.
Where's the flower?
Hold on, wait. Let me get a flower. While I kill things.
By the way, when you stopped attacking it, it regained its health.
You know, you just set it on fire. Remember? They were vulnerable to. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, what's with these lasers already?
Okay, I don't know.
Well, they're not really affecting me, so. I need to kill things, apparently. Wow, 100 and something. That was horrible. Oh no, what the?
What?
No, I just. That was weird. Um.
What?
Nah, I thought I saw something, but. Yes, I didn't. Apparently, my mom was like.
Hmm?
No, mom is like. It's what, 8? And we still. Mom still hasn't had dinner. But I did.
It's 8:30.
Yeah, I know. And we still. And. Okay, now what? Have another?
Sabotage Alon's infested ship is sexist.
Apparently, after my mom gets out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have to clean the bathroom again.
Again?
Yeah, 'cause I didn't do the tub. Mm,
Shit, dude.
I know. Sucks. For real.
Shit.
Going the wrong way. Why? What the heck?
Wait, didn't we just do this?
We have to do another. Apparently.
God damn it.
I know.
Fucking shitballs. Oh, I am sorry.
Okay. There's one.
You do one, I'll do another.
There's
Here you go, I
2.
destroyed that tumor for you. Tumor, tumor, tumor.
Apparently you needed a... Hmm. There's gotta be another one here.
I destroyed one for you, so.
I know. I'm just looking for the other one. Which gotta be here somewhere. Somewhere over there? Maybe over here? Wait, what?
There's one.
Ah, here.
There's two.
Attack the hive.
Oh, stop. Stop
to me.
Wait.
You know what? Oh, that's it. Okay, boom. One is. Aren't these creatures beautiful? No, they're ugly as hell. Like your face. I know you like to be a cannibalism, but for real, bro, you need to chill. Like opening up 10-0 and hoping that they. You know that he worked on Valkyrie, right?
Yeah, well, he's kind of the crazy bad guy of this game, so.
Okay, yeah, true. Oh, you're over there. I'm gonna go over here. That was that was too good. Whee! Oh, nanospores, nanospores, nano spores. What's with the? Huh? I totally missed it. What?
Yeah, I ran past one too. I don't know how I just did.
Maybe I just didn't see it or something. How did I run past it? It's right there. It's right here.
Like I said, I did the same thing, which is why I decided to go to the next one.
Whoa. Okay, where is... There's one? Okay, this one has a laser. I don't know why. Oh wow, I blew up like 3 in one shot. Oh, there's one. I'm assuming I'm gonna... Oh, flower. Even though I can't really shoot it. Oh. Oh, there's the 4th one. Now kill that dang thing. You know what? Let my Tenno handle it. My Tenno's not doing crap.
That's so damn creepy.
Okay, we good. Let's go.
Damn it.
Wow, I only got...
Hi.
Hi, can we like get the heck out of here?
I'm trying.
I'll try harder.
Damn
Oh,
it.
I got these. I got them. Don't worry.
Okay, good, because...
What the heck?
What?
Ah, that was just weird. Oh wow, that was easy. Wah! I think I ran right
What?
past you.
What?
I think I ran right past you. Okay, apparently I need to get past these guys. Ah, crap, you're all the way over there. That was cool. I could, like, throw my boomerang. Okay.
I heard that. Didn't you say you had to go clean something?
Yeah, once my mom's out of the shower.
Oh.
What the... Wait, can I? I can do mastery rank up.
Yay,
See ya.
woohoo.
You're qualified, rated daily standard void tracing. That's quick for each. Ah, I need to apparently equip the weapon. Now let's go with a heck, and let's go with Grakatata. And I'm probably gonna go with limbo, just for the heck of it, so I don't die as easy.
Okay.
What? Okay, let's see what this one is. You could actually watch.
No, you're right.
Crap. Of course. Why do I always do that? Again. Damn it. Great. Mission failed. F this. That is so stupid. You saw that?
You're jumping too much.
Yeah, and then I failed.
Mm-hmm.
There's no effing platforms. Great, now I gotta wait 24 hours. Son of a bitch.
Don't worry.
Another Sabbath? Jeez. It's like he
Ready?
won. Hold on. Let's go.
What will we do?
Can I select while the vote is in progress? Are you serious right now? Wow, what is going on with my damn mouse? Can you just drag me in? Because my mouse is being retarded. I got a special mouse. For real. How many of these do we need to do? For
I don't
real.
know. Why is the door locked? Oh. What's that different? Ah.
That works too. Hmm. Oh, wow, I'm glad I actually brought Rhino. Let me do this. You know why? Hey!
What? I'm just destroying nodes. I ain't allowed to do that. Or do you want me to head on? Do you want to deal with this
Yeah,
and I'll do the next one?
let me deal with this one so you can go to the... Got 4. Are you okay there?
Yeah, I think so.
You think? Can you make sure?
There's a thing. I gotta find tumors. Oh, there's one. Oh, that's a window. Okay.
To the window!
Don't.
To the
Please don't.
wow!
No, shut it.
To the window, to the tumor.
I hate you sometimes.
What? Oh, what? Now we got... Out of my way, you stupid... Crap. Of course I would just blast myself. It's fun. You have this one, right? Yeah, you do.
Think so? Nope, I'm still missing a gem.
Well, we're gonna go to the next tumor.
Shit. Fell off the map.
Lovely. Oh great, now I'm infested. Lovely. There's one.
Oh, devil ammo. Oh.
Where is the other? Oh, there's one. I know that there's one
Where
right over.
is last window? Oh, there it is.
Tumor, tumor, tumor. What the heck am I? Still nothing. Can't you just put the, like, do your third ability and blast, put the whole world on fire and kill them all?
Not really, no.
Oh. Oh.
My abilities don't seem to be doing anything on the.
Okay, well apparently my mom is out, so great. Can you come in?
Do that after we finish this mission.
Can you, like,
Come over and help you? Yes.
no, it,
Ah, what's all lasers? Really, princess?
let's go.
Really?
You stupid pizza. Oh, look. Why am I glitching?
I don't know. You're not the only one.
Oh, okay, hello.
What the?
I got no idea what just happened, but whatever.
I don't know.
But I'm
I'm
going dumb
like
slow.
not even. I can't run or anything.
Oh, he's probably trying to choke us out. Yep. Oh, man, I almost... Okay.
There we go.
So let me quickly do this. We'll take a break, you
Okay.
know?
Okay. Didn't you say you needed nano spores to build something?
Yeah,
I think you're gonna have plenty of nano spores by the time we're done with this quest.
literally. Okay, word. Well, I'm gonna stop the broadcast for now.